Now let us talk about reflex actions. You will refer to page number 116. Reflex is a word which we use commonly. And when we talk about something related to sudden actions, then we use this word. For example, if we say, I jumped out of the way of the bus reflexly, or I pulled my hand back from the flame reflexly, or else I was so hungry my mouth started watering reflexly. So, here when we use this word reflex, this means sudden actions. So, remember, here also we are going to talk about sudden responses. Reflex actions means sudden actions. Which examples I gave you just now, from this we can get a common conclusion that we do something without thinking about it suddenly, or else without feeling in control of our reactions. Sometimes we say, no, I don't know how did I do. So sudden reaction without control of our reactions. Okay. Yet, these are situations where we are responding with some action to change in our environment. How is control and coordination achieved in this kind of situations? Let us consider the case. For example, you can refer to the figure also. Touching to a flame is an urgent and dangerous situation for us. In fact, for any animal. How would we respond to this? The simple way that we move our hand back. Here, the question may arise that how long will it take us to think all this? The answer depends on how we think. If no impulses are sent around the way we have talked about earlier, then thinking is also likely to involve the creation of such impulses. Let me tell you in a simple word what is reflex action. Reflex action is a quick, sudden, and immediate response of the body to a stimulus. Now, recall what is the meaning of stimulus. Stimulus is the change arising in the environment. In the previous session, we learned about stimuli. Stimulus is singular, stimuli is a plural form. So, the change in the environment, hot, cold, temperature, this all are the examples of stimulus. So, what is reflex action? It is a quick, sudden, and immediate response of the body to a stimulus. For example, we take our hand back on touching the hot object. One more thing we have to learn here is reflex arc. What is reflex arc? The pathway through which nerve impulses pass during reflex action. We all know that because of this nervous system, we take our hand back by touching a hot object. What is reflex arc then? The path, the way through which the nerve impulses pass during reflex action. For this, you must know what is reflex action. What it is? Quick, sudden, and immediate response of the body to a stimulus. And reflex arc is the path through which nerve cell impulses pass. Now, you will be thinking, where should such reflex arc connection be made between the input nerve and the output nerve? So, where it is actually the best place is at the point where they first meet each other. Who? Reflex arc, input nerve, and output nerve. Now, nerves from all over the body meet in a bundle in the spinal cord on their way to the brain. So here is the answer. Where are these nerves meet to each other? In the spinal cord. In the spinal cord, there is a bundle of nerves, and there is the way to reach to the brain. So before reaching to the brain, they all meet to spinal cord. Reflex arcs are formed in the spinal cord itself, although the information input also goes on to reach the brain. So this is reflex arc. What it is? It is the way, the path through which nerve cells transfer, and it goes during reaction. What it is? Reflex action. And it is the way it is meeting in the spinal cord before reaching to the brain. Reflex arcs have evolved in animals because the thinking process of the brain is not fast enough. In fact, many animals have very little or none of this complex neurons network needed for thinking. So, it is quite likely that reflex arcs has evolved as efficient ways of functioning in the absence of true thought processes. We all know that nervous system works where thinking process is involved, where there is no this thinking process is faster. For example, in animals, there this reflex are very much active. However, even after complex neural network have come into existence, reflex arcs continue to more efficient for quick responses. So in the figure also you can see that when you touch the hot object, we take our hand back. So this is what reflex action. Why? Because when we touch hot object, we give a quick or sudden or immediate response, right? What will be the response? We will take our hand back. So here, what is the stimulus? Stimulus is what here? The hot object. Okay, that is stimulus. Then the heat which is produced in the hot object. So that hot object is the stimulus. Now, what will happen? We take our hand back immediately. That means to the stimulus we have responded. How? Quickly, suddenly, immediately. So this is which type of action? Reflex action. And which is the reflex arc then? Reflex arc is the way through which the nerve impulses are moving during reflex action. So for this, which will be the path? Look into the figure. The path will be the stimulus. Here what is stimulus? Heat or the hot object. From that, it goes to receptor organs. Which are receptor organs? Look into the figure. Which are receptor organs from our body which is coming in contact to the hot pen? It is our hand. So in the hand, which receptor is located? I already told you about receptors, right? So here, which will be the receptor? Skin, right? When we touch the hot object, the first thing that come into contact is our skin. So stimulus is hot object. From that, it goes to receptor organ, which is here skin. Then through the way it goes to spinal cord. Now here CNS is written. What it is? It is central nervous system. The full form of CNS is central nervous system. This means that spinal cord is a part of CNS, central nervous system. Spinal cord is a part of CNS. Now from that, it will go to message will go to the brain, and brain will give the message back. When this will happen? When there is nervous system. Then the thinking process will happen. But when there is reflex action, you can see in the figure with red color the path is shown. So that much is the reflex arc. When there is reflex action, this much is the reflex arc. The red color which is shown, that is reflex arc. So how does it go? From hot pan to sensory organ, skin in the hand, then it goes to spinal cord, and then directly it comes to effector organ. You see what it is, effector organ? That is muscles in the arm. So it comes to muscles in the arm, and then we give response by our hand. That what will be the response? We take our hand back immediately. So this much is the pathway. That means this is the reflex arc. What is the pathway? From stimulus, that is hot object, to receptor organ, which is skin. From that it goes to spinal cord, and spinal cord will give to effector organ, that is muscles in the arm, and then we give response by our hand. So in the figure which is shown with red color, that much is the reflex arc. Now in the figure, message to brain is also shown. So that we need to consider for nervous system. Okay, in this reflex arm and reflex action, we will not consider it. When it is related to nervous system, then we need to include about brain also. So this is all about reflex actions and reflex arm. So this is all about today's session. Thank you.